What is up, guys? It is Tuesday, March 12th, 10:38 a.m., and this is the crypto market update. Currently, we got Bitcoin at $71,930. It's at a key level right now. I was keeping people updated in the Discord. Link is in the bio. Come join it. I showed the same video basically all last week because nothing had changed from that video. And in fact, everything was panning out as expected. So if you haven't watched the video from last week, I think it was March 5th. Actually, it was even a couple days before that. You're going to want to rewatch that again because that is the charts that I covered in there are the keys. They're the keys. They're going to tell us the direction of the market and the odds of where the market could go and where the probabilities. So definitely go through that video and study that, because right now, being at the level that I had mentioned in the video, now we got to revisit. So that's why we're doing this follow-up video. So if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment. Let's dive into it. So starting off with the dollar right now, what I want to see is on the weekly chart, we have the momentum rolling over, but I really want to see us take out this 50 line. So that horizontal white line, I want to see that stock RSI slice down through it. And then that will bring that TSI here, the momentum, to roll over and for us not to get above that zero line. We do not want to get above on the weekly chart that zero line in the TSI. We want to see this continue to roll over and melt down like that, so the dollar can go in its downtrend. And I would say if we break the 102.5, 102.4 level, we're going to come down to the top of the belly of the beast here around 101.32. And then at that point, we got to see where the momentum lies at that point. But that's where we want to see us break down from. And we need to get rejected by like 103.5. I don't want to see us come up here and break through this downward sloping trend line like that, because then we could have a rapid spike. And crypto, the dollar can be going up. I mean, it was going up. It's been going up the past couple of days here, and crypto's Bitcoin reached 72K, a new all-time high. It's fine if the dollar is going up. It's the rate and speed at which it's going up. I just did notice, though, we came down here to fill this gap here in the dollar. So maybe that could have been it. We filled that gap and we could be ready to pop up here for the dollar. Looking at the 12-hour chart, if we see that TSI cross up, then it's likely we'll have a little pump up for the dollar, but I don't think it will be enough to just send it up on out of here. We'll probably come back down at that point. We'll have to see on the higher time frames how the momentum is shaping up. This chart is absolutely gold. It's the USDT plus USDC against all the crypto market cap. This is what tells us if we're going to pump or dump. And we're covering it ever since back up here when we were covering that long-term trend line support. And we said, hey, if we break down through here, we're going to see a waterfall. And that means cryptos are going to pump up big, and we can target, where did we say? The bottom of the belly of the beast. So the bottom of the belly of the beast, right now we're poking down through it. We could see more upside here if we can see a continued meltdown through the belly of the beast. But if we see a pop up and we start to hold it, and then we start to see the momentum curl up here, then we need to be very cautious, because that could mean a dump or a correction here coming for crypto, and kind of lining up right before the halving as well too. So this is what we're going to watch as far as knowing whether there's an incoming dump or pump for crypto. And we pumped, and that was because this has been going down. If we start to see this change trend and start to go up, and we break up from this downward sloping kind of like rectangle here, this channel, and we break up from here, then we can target the bottom of that downward sloping trend line support, which is now resistance. So that's what I'm watching as far as that goes. But looking on a weekly chart, this thing is rolling over. Momentum is headed down here. MACD, dark red, beat dark red. TSI totally falling off a cliff, water falling right now. So far, so good. But, we could be at close to a kind of end phase of this going down, which means cryptos could take a little bit of a breather here pretty soon. So, and that could just be for Bitcoin. That doesn't mean that altcoins need to take a breather, because if we look at the altcoin season pulse chart, we're at a key level. And on the weekly chart, we had this downward sloping resistance like that. We have this downward sloping support like this as well too, kind of doing a broadening wedge. And we have, if we go to a lower time frame on the daily chart, every time we break this like kind of upward sloping trend line support, every time we break it, we head into a melt up for altcoins. And then here, melt up for altcoins. And then most recently, we broke down from this right here and we've been going down. We've been seeing a melt up for altcoins. We have a 1 day prepare to buy soon. I really don't want to see the buy now come in, because if we look at the past times, like here, the buy now come in, the buy now come in, then we see the altcoins kind of take a pause, and we don't want to see a pause. We want to see an immediate melt up. So if we see a 1 day buy now on the altcoin season pulse chart, then we might need to cool off from the altcoins for a bit, because we could be seeing a larger correction out of Bitcoin. The altcoins are probably not liking that. So that's what I'm watching as far as this goes. Total crypto market cap against the stock market, the US Nas 100 on the daily chart. I grabbed this fractal here from the 2020-2021 bull run. We're right on schedule, but it does say there's a correction back down to like 128 million here, which is like a 10% dip. And that's coinciding what I was saying as far as Bitcoin goes, making a new all-time high, but very kind of slimly going up to that 70 to 72K level, and then potentially coming back down for that bigger correction. So right now we are hung up at the 72. We got rejected right at that 2618 extension, right at it. Right now we're at the next concrete ceiling. We broke through this concrete ceiling and then held that support, went right up to this next concrete ceiling. If we can break above 73K, hold that support, we're ready to melt up to crazy levels. But right now we're not above it. We're not holding that support. Right now we're getting rejected by it. So we have to remain cautiously optimistic. So right now we're pressing up right up to that level I was saying. If we see a 1 day sell now come in, we likely might be coming back down to 60K. And that's not out of the realms of being scary at all. It's just one of those things. We made a new all-time high ever so slightly, come back down very quick, get bought up quick, kind of work ourselves out, and then we can head up to those extension targets. Next target for Bitcoin, if it breaks above 73K, is around 83K, and then 93K, then 108K. And obviously that 100K psychological resistance. So that's where we're at right now. And then the key level we must maintain above it is 50K flat. So that's for Bitcoin. And then looking at the 3 day chart, momentum still headed up, but on the 1 day chart, we are getting a little kind of woozy here. So we do need to have that stock RSI maintaining going up, because if that starts to roll over, that TSI is going to cross right back down, and that's going to be some bearish divergence, because we have a high and a lower high here, and we have a high and a higher high in price. So that's bearish divergence if we can't maintain this momentum immediately in the short term. But let's go back to the total crypto market cap, because on the 3 day chart, we just stretched out. We broke above that macro 786. We stretched out to the micro 2618 and medium 4236 extension. So where we're at right now is a key level on the total crypto market cap. If we can break above 2.66 trillion, then the next target is around 3.3 trillion, right up to that orange moving average there, kind of smack dab in between the 4236 and 3618 extension on the micro fib. So, and that's if we can break above. If we get rejected here and come back down, it's likely 2.2 trillion is our key support. Looking at the total 3, we came right up to that 2618 micro extension, the medium 4236 extension. We've yet to break above that macro 786 though. And we're at the purple moving average right now. So we're at a key level, and we have a 3 day sell warning. Last 3 days sell warning and sell now kind of called this little kind of brief cool down period for altcoins. So where we're at right now is pretty key. So I'll be watching this like a hawk. And then looking at the others market cap here, others, if we go to others right now, broke above the macro 786 here. So if we take a look, we broke above that macro 786 at 324 billion. So we must maintain above there. If we don't, we come back down, it's likely the big buy the dip opportunity, last big dip, would be at 278 billion to 260 billion for the others market cap. That's for altcoins. That's where that purple moving average is, and the 2618 medium extension and the 1618 micro extension is there. We didn't reach up to the 2618 micro extension, which we usually would. When we break a 786, we target the 2618. We could have fell short, or we could give one last little push up to there before rolling over, if that's going to be the case. And if we break through there, we're coming right up to that orange moving average around 400 billion for the others market cap. Then looking at XRP, I'm actually going to save XRP for a separate video and go through the different chart perspectives, because we're at the brink of the moment. And in the Discord, when I was calling out final call when XRP was like 58 cents, 60 cents, and XLM was not where it's at now. That's because we were making some big moves in Stargate VIP. So we caught that before the big melt up on XRP. And I believe that we're far from done as far as this goes. So we'll cover that in a separate video today, covering XRP specifically, and then I'll do an XLM one specifically as well too. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do another certain coin, because the X's are waking up, XCN waking up, XDC waking up. March could be for the X's heading into April here. So definitely exciting times ahead. Now let's end it off by looking at some anomalies. So some anomalies here. We go to like a 4-hour chart, looking at like a swing trade time frame here on the 4-hour chart. Let's see. And anomalies are really only effective if the other's market cap is in an uptrend, maintaining higher highs, higher lows, maintaining bullishness. So that needs to be first and foremost. And then looking at some potential anomalies on swing trade timeframes, you got XCN, you got MetaSTOW, you got CeeLo. CeeLo with a big move the other day, up like 50%. So those are some potential swing trade anomalies. XCN totally coming out of nowhere, going up to 0.0044, right back down to 0.0342. But there could be bigger fireworks ahead, that's for sure. There's so much potential upside for XCN. If we can maintain above the key level of 0.0028, then yeah, we could be in for some massive moves as far as that goes. So maybe I'll do a follow-up XCN individual type video, because that's an opportunity you don't want to miss. So that's going to be it. If we take a look at some potential day trade anomalies as well too, but keep in mind Bitcoin needs to maintain stable in that environment for anomalies on day trades to be effective. Let's take a look at what some potential anomalies could be there. So we got XDC an hour and a half ago, PNG right now. I might take that, but that's only spot trades. But hey, that thing moves like it's on levy, like it's on grease. So I might actually let's take a look at PNG real quick and see how that's moving. It's starting to go. It's starting to move up. I'm going to be swapping some coins into PNG likely today, depending on how the price action goes. I will let the Stargate VIPs know in the ICYMI info channel. For a Stargate VIP, you always want to check the ICYMI info channel. That's where I'm giving out all those key updates, announcements, any important things that I'm doing. So make sure you're checking that on a daily basis, especially during this market. It's about to get really exciting. It's been exciting, but you haven't seen nothing yet. So get prepared. Lives are about to change. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Link is in the bio. If you're not in Stargate VIP and you want to get access to Stargate VIP, all the premium channels in here, all the signals, access to the custom indicators and everything and so on, then link is in the bio. Rob at Stargate. But in the Discord, it is Louis Leon. So friend request me in there, ask me how you can get it, and we'll kit and suit you up. So I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the next video.